Hello everybody, we're at the Haligtree, can you believe it, all the way. Today I'm showing you guys how to get to Malenia, like technically how to get to Loretta and Malenia. We're not going to fight those bosses today, but this is actually a very exciting area. It's super like complex and super dangerous as well. And I wanted to show you guys how I approach this in my, like, all remembrances runs, at least. And maybe you can learn a little bit here and there, or if you want to start your own challenge run, then you might be compelled to try that. And to make your way through the Haligtree as efficient as possible. I'm talking way too long. Let's get started right away. I'm using this set right here. This is the set you can find in Ordina, like that town. It's super free. I can show you where to find it in another video. But this is good because the chest piece... Like, I'm using it for the immunity, because we'll need the immunity as well, that we do not get, like, the rot status. And I'm also using it because it has, like, the chest piece has, like, an additional add-up to your stealth. So your stealth mechanic is better, and even if you do not sneak, enemies have a harder time to see you. So, oh yeah, and secondly, I should mention, the claws, I picked those up in Volcano Manor. They have a default Bloodhound stab on them. This is the only reason why I use those. You can also get the ashes and put the Bloodhound step on whatever weapon you want to put it on. But important is that you have the Bloodhound step. So run straight here. There's this little like mushroom here to the right. Drop down onto this part of the tree. You have to keep going here, by the way. These guys will attack you, but if you keep going, they will not hit you. I tried it like in like a lot of times already, and they won't hit you. The first tricky part is down here. When you get to this like big branch, there are ants patrolling up and down, but they always turn around like here. And if you just get there while an ant is coming down or just turning around, you can just either sneak past it or you just Bloodhound step twice and you're past it. So those ants shouldn't be a big deal. The first bigger deal comes now, and it's like this guy up here. This dude is super fucking dangerous. He shoots like bubbles at you, and these bubbles get like quick. And there are these plants on the ground, and these plants they like generate these spores, and then you can get the status, the rotten status. What is it called? Yeah, rot, right? Rotten status. And you have to be very careful here. So outmaneuver these plants a little bit, as you can. Like, it's not that important because you have the armor and you have the Bloodhound step. You can like focus on the bubbles. So check the bubbles and then Bloodhound step the bubbles. And then just look up again and Bloodhound step those again. And as soon as you're down here, you're safe. Like, now the bubbles can't hit you any longer. You can safely use this ladder and just slide down the ladder. So, what I'm doing now, it might seem dangerous, but it's not that dangerous. I have not been hit doing it. Maybe it's going to happen someday and I have to figure out something new. But for now, this is the way I'm going with, and I'm not going to change that. There's the grace. You can pick up the grace, of course, if you want. And then you just keep running, like, all the way. There's one guy coming at you here. You can just roll his attack or Bloodhound stab it. There's one hollow from the right, or one guy from the right. He just to push you. You can just outrun him as well. Roll these guys. That's quite easy to roll. As I said, it looks scarier than it actually is. They have bows. Those misbegotten guys have bows. I have not seen any of those use a bow yet. Maybe that's going to happen at some point, but I don't know why they don't use it, but they apparently don't shoot you with the bow. So run past this guy, and now you can start Bloodhound stepping all the way over there, because there is a grace. And you can reset the situation here, if you want. They sometimes follow you, but they cannot come to this grace all the way. They will just back up then. So feel free to sit at that grace to reset the situation and then move on to Loretta. Jump on that roof. There's this one fucking snail, and this snail summons a million of these crystal guys. And what you want to do here is just distract the crystal fuckers by throwing one kukri next to the snail. And as you did so, you don't have to unequip the bow. As you did so, you have to be a little bit quicker than that. That was okay-ish, but you should be a little quicker. And then just run past them. And as soon as you're over here, you're safe from these crystal guys. Just distract them with a kukri, and that's good. Then run past these, like, dead guys. Just shortly sneak here, because there's one guy to the left, and he will not aggro if you sneak early enough. And then you jump over here, run all the way, and then you jump over here. And immediately start sneaking. Then you sneak around this part. And now I aggroed this one misbegotten by accident. As you can tell, he will probably follow us now. And most of the time he doesn't follow, but even if he follows, it's not a problem. He did follow here, and that's actually good, because I can show you what you can do if he follows. You wait for this magician dude. These are, by the way, super strong. I tried to fight those. They fucked me up, like, multiple times. They have so much HP, and they are super strong melee. They're super strong with their magic. You don't want to fight them at all, like, period. So you just sneak past this guy, and the other guy is patrolling up and down. And there's the misbegotten I was talking about. I don't know why he came down here, but whatever. So, what you want to do is, obviously, sneak around this guy. Normally, the magician does not aggro, and the misbegotten doesn't follow you. In this particular case, he did. You can do two things. Either you fight him, and you just, like, kill him real quick with your Reduvia. Or what you also can do, and I show this right now, that's very important, that you know about this. You can go into this arena, like this is the Loretta arena. You can go into this arena on the very side, and Loretta will not aggro. And these guys are not capable of coming into this arena. So just that you know that, they cannot walk into this. So as soon as you're here, you're safe, basically. Like, he will now go back and forth to try to, like, reach you and whatnot, but he can't do it. You can unequip. You can even set up Red Tear Stone in here if you want to do that, and then go for the Loretta kill. Like, eventually, as you can see, he will just de-aggro again. And as soon as he did so, you are perfectly safe. I just wanted to show you guys that this is possible. And then you obviously run into the Loretta fight, kill her in one hit, and then you sit at the grace. Can you believe it? I'm making a guide for Loretta as well, of course, but not today. This video is way too long anyways. So we have to keep going. So you equip, after you kill Loretta, you equip your stuff again. You run down the stairs. And then there is a giant ladder after Loretta. And you slide down that ladder after Loretta all the way. I'll speed this up a little bit. Then there is a lift right down there as well. You drive down the lift. And after you drove down the lift, you enter the last part of the Haligtree, which is a beautiful area, by the way. Just a quick side note. One of the coolest areas in the game. You start sneaking here, and then you throw a kukri. You don't have to aim it with the bow. Just slightly, roughly to the left side. To aggro this guy, he will always walk into the room and then start, like, blocking or whatnot. Because there could be someone, right? You sneak past the dude, and then you are free to run again. Run past this guard. Drop down here on the roof. Just to avoid the other guards on top there. Now you run back up with the ladder. With the stairs, I'm sorry. Run back up with the stairs. There's another guard with a torch. You just drop down next to it. It doesn't even, like, notice you. And then you run past here. Past this dung weedle. And then on top here. And then you can run up here. Like this. And there is a chest in here. You can open it if you want. It's a +10 somber stone. So if you have, like, a somber weapon, you did not upgrade to +10 yet. You can pick this up there. So this is the most dangerous situation, I would tell. There are guys on ballistas, and there's, as you can see down there, all the way down here, there's like one of these tree guys, avatars. There are guards everywhere. What you want to know, like your indication to run is only these guys patrolling up and down. Because we're going to run like this, basically, and then up here again. So these guys are your indication. I have not found out the perfect spot yet. What I want them to be is like roughly halfway down here. And then they will patrol a little bit further and back up. And I will be at their back when they basically patrol up. I'll jump down here. So that's what I want. I don't know, maybe there's a better method. This works out pretty well, especially with Bloodhound Step. So as soon as they're halfway down, just drop and drop. There's a guy to the right, he can't hit you. Bloodhound Step like here, because the ballista dudes will obviously shoot you. Run past these blossoms again. And then there you go. You can't, they can't see you right away. You can just Bloodhound Step past, run past this guy. And then obviously what you want to do is run a little further up and then just jump to the right. And then you're inside. And as soon as you're inside, just go here and sit at the grace and reset. Sometimes this one guy follows you at the ballista, but he doesn't even make it down here. So you're perfectly fine. That's not a problem at all. And now to the very, very last part of this massive area. As soon as you set at the grace there, you are ready to run past this neat little area. Here you have to be very careful. To the left side, there's one of these like ant guys or like bug guys or whatever it is. They shoot you in the back if you do not be careful here. Like, you have to be quick and careful. I didn't turn the camera, I believe, but there's one of these... what are they called? Like these crawling bugs who shoot like these white projectiles at you. Like, super dangerous. Just be aware that there is one and that you have to be careful by not aggroing him. The armor obviously helps. Go into this. This is also kind of a rot lake or what. Just Bloodhound Step through. And you can always make it through with this armor set without getting like the status. And then you run just past the branches here. Make it into this next room. There's no enemy. You can just like drop down here. There's another grace in a second to your right. I think I did not sit at this grace. You can obviously, but it's not far from here to Malenia. So you can sit just in case. If you'd like drop down somewhere and you die to gravity or whatnot, you can respawn at this grace. So, get out of the sewers, then run all the way down here on that branch, drop here, drop on this branch, drop further, and that's the chapel where you can find Malenia in. Like, you're basically there now. But this chapel is guarded by 1,000,000 of these, like, bugs again. And you have to find an opening, basically, for yourself to go through there without getting chased down by these 1,000,000 bugs. So there's one guy standing there. You hit him with a bow. And then he's like, what is happening? And then he, obviously, he doesn't aggro right away because he can't see you. He will search you now. Oh, I swapped to the Bloodhound Fang here because I fight Malenia with the Bloodhound Fangs. Instead of the Reduvia. So he comes out and he tries to find you. And sometimes he goes right, sometimes he goes left around this tree. You obviously go the opposite way. And then just sneak into the room. And there's one enemy that potentially aggroes to you. There are more enemies above you, but they can't see you. But there's this one guy to the right. He can see you. So what you want to do is sneak all the way here and then immediately start Bloodhound Stepping. He will see you, even if you keep sneaking. I tried it. Start Bloodhound Stepping. He will aggro, but is unable to reach you with any of his attacks. And there you go. that is it, guys. You made it all the way without taking a single piece of damage to Malenia. Isn't that amazing? That is probably one of the hardest areas to go through, in my opinion. Hitless or damageless, or yeah, to even go through normally was hard for me. I hope this guide helped a little and it makes your way through the Haligtree a little bit easier. Thank you for watching, and I will try to make like the next boss guide tomorrow, or area guide or whatnot. Yeah, and have fun fighting Malenia. Bye bye.